In the vast Serengeti savanna of Tanzania, where blue skies touch golden grasses, a mother and cub lion live quietly apart from their pride. The lion cub was attacked by adult males in the pride, forcing the mother lion to leave to protect her cub. They live on the edge of the forest, where the shade of dry acacia trees is cool and the clumps of young grass hide their footsteps in the wind. Day by day, the mother lion hunts field mice, hares, and baby birds to feed her cubs with tenacious effort. The young lion cub innocently follows its mother's every step, learning to stalk prey and avoid danger from a distance. Near where they lived was an abandoned landfill, filled with scrap metal, rusty aluminum cans, and a few old tires wrapped in rope. For the lion cub, it is a strange world where human waste becomes curious toys in the grasslands. One hot afternoon, the sunlight shone down on the golden grassland. A mother lion and her cub followed the path to the garbage dump. Beside the pile of scrap were large, dark tires wrapped with dry, rotten rope. The mother lioness stepped forward, curiously put her head into the gap between the two tires and pulled out a piece of mouse skin. As it turned, its neck was constricted by the rope tied around the edge of a heavy rubber tire. A painful roar echoed in the sun, every muscle tensed, the rope tightened making it suffocate. The lion cub was startled and backed away in fear, its round, wet eyes looking at its mother who was struggling desperately. Each struggle dug the rope deeper into his skin, blood seeped out, his breathing quickened, his groans heavy with pain. The mother lioness collapsed, her body trembling, the sunlight burning on her golden back. The lion cub came closer, rubbing its head against its mother's legs, trembling because it didn't understand what was happening. Amid the smell of burning rubber and hot dust, mother and child lay still next to the old tire, exhausted in silence. In the distance, an old rag picker named Moses Dubé was walking in the midday sun, looking for scrap metal around the wasteland. He carried on his shoulder an old sack heavy with bottles, and in his hand held a rusty iron bar to rummage through piles of trash. As he approached, he stopped, his heart pounding, seeing two lions lying motionless in the middle of the silent garbage dump. Fear shook his whole body, and then a scream echoed through the hot, dry space. The scream startled the lion cub. The mother lion shivered slightly, but had no strength left to react. Moses threw down the sack, turned and ran away into the scorching sun and dusty wind. Breathing heavily, he ran back to the small nearby town of Mugumu, his heart still pounding. When he arrived at the police station, he recounted the horrific scene, his voice trembling and filled with panic. Police quickly contacted the Serengeti Ranger Station, reporting two lions that needed urgent rescue. Two experienced rangers, Samuel Ndlovu and Joseph Kamau, were ordered to set out, carrying rescue equipment and tranquilizer guns. After nearly half an hour of travel, the rangers' pickup truck rushed forward, leaving behind a long trail of red dust on the dirt road. Samuel and Joseph stepped down, the smell of burning rubber and trash lingering in the hot air. Before their eyes, the mother lion was stuck in the tire. The lion cub stood huddled against a small rock, quietly watching. The sight left the two men stunned. Only the buzzing of flies and the rustling of the wind through the dry grass could be heard. Samuel readied the tranquilizer gun, aiming precisely at the mother lioness' shoulder, his fingers tightening in caution. The needle pierced her skin. The lioness roared softly, trying to struggle before collapsing into the grass. The lion cub backed away, its eyes still following its mother's every move, its small body trembling with anxiety. Two rangers approached. Samuel checked his breathing. Joseph opened his tool bag and began cutting the thick rope. The rope was frayed and stiff, but still tightened around the lioness' neck and chest like a cruel collar. Sweat poured down his forehead. Each layer of wire was cut, falling to the ground with a dry screech. As half the tire came off, Samuel pulled hard. The rubber ripped off, revealing red, swollen, scratched skin. Joseph quickly disinfected and bandaged the wound, while Samuel checked for steady breathing. The lion cub approached, calling softly, its ears flattened, standing close to its unconscious mother's feet. The afternoon breeze carried the scent of grass, dispelling the strong smell of garbage, as if signaling that life was returning. They placed the mother lioness on a rescue tarp, carefully tied it up, and carried it to the truck. The lion cub lay beside her, its small body curled up next to its mother, its breath rising and falling in the afternoon sun. The engine started, the wheels rolled on the red dirt, taking them both away from the haunting, barren landfill. Inside the car, Samuel sat next to his mother lion, his hand holding a bandage to stop the bleeding. Joseph drove through the long grassy plains, where the sun was setting, casting a golden glow across the sky. In the afternoon wind, the rows of acacia trees cast their shadows on the ground, as if sending them to safety. They knew they had just saved 2 lives, a mother and her child, a symbol of wild maternal love. The sound of the wind mixed with the engine like a soft melody lulls away the tense moments. The sun gradually set, the last light of the day covered the Serengeti with a peaceful honey color. The car stopped in the southern Serengeti, where the grasslands were wide open and the acacia trees cast long shadows. The space was quiet, only the sound of wind and night birds echoing from the distant trees. 2 rangers carried the mother and cub down and placed them on the soft green grass under the sunset. They prepared fresh meat, clean water, and stood far away from the car to avoid causing fear. The gentle breeze carried the scent of damp earth, and clumps of grass swayed under the pale red sky at the end of the day. After a few minutes, the mother lion began to move, her body trembling slightly and her breathing returning to normal. It opened its eyes slowly and saw the lion cub lying close by, its small body trembling slightly in the fading sunlight. The mother lion tilted her head slightly, licking her cub's head lightly, her gaze full of love and relief. The lion cub looked up, nuzzling its nose into its mother's neck, its tail wagging gently in the simple joy of survival. 2 rangers observed from a distance, silently watching the moment of reunion unfold in the vastness of nature. The air seemed to quiet down, only the heartbeat of life being revived after a critical moment remained. The lioness stood up slowly, her legs still weak but her eyes brighter in the warm dusk. It bent down to eat the meat that was left out, while the lion cub waited beside it, its eyes beaming. The afternoon wind blew, the shadows of mother and child stretched across the golden grass, blending with the late afternoon sunlight. The 2 rangers sat quietly in the car, quietly feeling the serenity spreading between life and nature. As the car drove away, the dust faded in the wind, leaving only the rustling of grass in the vast Serengeti. The mother lion lay down, letting her cub rest its head on her chest, both of them sinking into peace under the crimson sky. In the distance, flocks of migratory birds fly by, drawing thin black streaks against the brilliant yellow sky. The wind carried the warmth of the sunset, gently brushing through the lion's fur, blowing away traces of old pain. On the endless grasslands, maternal love continues to resonate, like an immortal song in the heart of wild Africa.